Hi guys, this is part of a series I'm doing on problems you could face during or after your trek and how to take care of them. So today we'll talk about blisters. Yeah, those painful, ugly little rascals that turn up on your feet after a long day's trek. Well, basically, there are two reasons why your blisters could occur. One is that you have a new shoe and you haven't broken into it well enough. Two is that you're wearing wet socks or old wet socks. So first thing is your shoes. Now, if you have a new shoe and you haven't broken into them, then you tend to get blisters or shoe bites on the parts of your feet that protrude out. So they rub against your shoes and that could cause blisters. Now, how do you avoid that? Well, get a pair of shoes at least 3 weeks before your trek and get used to them. Wear them to office, to college, wherever you're going. Wear your trekking shoes for at least 2 weeks. Walk with them, try to jog with them, although they're not meant for jogging. But basically get used to your shoes and only then wear them on a trek. Do not step onto a trek with a new pair of shoes. That will not work. So if you've already made the mistake of that, on your trek, if you start feeling a blister, so when you start feeling a blister, it usually gets heated up a little, the region where your blister is going to turn up, you'll feel slight heat over there. So if that happens, then use medical tape or surgical tape, or it's also called Leukoplast. So use that and cover up the parts of your feet that protrude, usually the back of your foot or right below your toe. So that's the part where you usually get blisters. So cover those up with medical tape, surgical tape. Even if you are not likely to get it, if you're wearing a new shoe, cover those parts up just to be on the cautious side. The next thing is avoid wearing wet socks or old socks, because the older they are, they tend to bunch up and gather at one part of your foot and rub against it. So if it's wet, then there's a lot of friction which generally irritates your skin, and that's when a blister comes out. So avoid wearing wet socks. Try wearing new socks so that it doesn't bunch up like old ones, and that will just keep you safe. So blisters, if you already have them, then they are quite a pain in your foot. So what you need to do is just let it break by itself. Don't try to puncture it or bring out any liquid from it. You could infect it. So just leave it and it will go away in around 5-6 days. If you have a blister on your trek during your trek, and if it's very painful, then you can use the surgical tape. If that doesn't work, then your last ditch effort is to wear open chappals or open floaters that are meant for hiking. So if you tend to have sweaty feet, or if you know that you have had blisters before, then make sure you have this backup floaters, hiking floaters for your trek. So that's about it. They're not a very big deal, they're not dangerous or anything, so don't worry about blisters. All you need to do is break into your shoes and wear the right socks. That's about it.